Barbershop conversations, man. Tesla talk, man. We at the charging station, man. What it do? What it do? What it do? So we got soundbite of the day. Keith Thurman goes off. But before that, I just want to announce, man. Nine Wives won its first film festival, man, in Chicago, man. We doing it BIG, man. I just want to say thank you guys for support. Thanks to the team in front of the camera, behind the camera. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's the film of the year. It's going to grab you. Some people don't like the subject matter. I don't care. You know what I mean? But I know it's well produced, well acted, well written. Cinematography is awesome. And we got film of the year. So anyways, Keith Thurman, let me tell you something. Ain't no fights out there for you, man. You know what I mean? Not the money you want. Not the money that you're commanding. You know, Leonard Ellerbe, I'm going to side with Keith Thurman on this as it pertains to Leonard Ellerbe is just a sound box. You know, Al Haymon fired him. He relieved him of his PBC duties. Al Haymon tried to work with him, but it just didn't work out with TMT Promotion being a lead promoter for PBC. They went back to TGB Promotions. TGB, Tom Brown Goosen. Yeah, so it don't matter what Leonard Ellerbe say. He's not in charge of making the fight, y'all. He don't create the budget. All right, Leonard Ellerbe is just a mouthpiece. He has no power. Leonard Ellerbe has no power. Trust me when I say this. He just talks and yaps and yaps and yaps. But when was the last time you seen Leonard Ellerbe create a fight? Leonard Ellerbe didn't even know when Floyd Mayweather was fighting against Logan Paul. He said, June 5th weekend? Impossible. We're fighting well beyond that. Lo and behold, it was the next day, June 6th. So Leonard Ellerbe don't really know nothing. And I'm going to tell you this, Keith Thurman. Call Al. Call Al. Because at the end of the day, you're making Al Haymon look bad. You done called out every fighter on the PBC roster. Okay? Just call Al and tell him you need to fight. Tell him you will take a pay cut. You will fight for $1.25 million, and he will put you in the ring. But if you want that $2 and $3 million, it ain't happening. Not unless it's on pay-per-view. And guess what? Y'all won't hit the marks on pay-per-view. You ain't active enough to command 500,000 people without it being Errol Spence or Manny Pacquiao. Errol Spence is injured. Manny Pacquiao just fought. Who you gonna fight? We don't want to see you fight Ugas. Sean Porter's not a pay-per-view fight. And that's it. We don't want to see Danny Garcia again. Danny Garcia is probably going up to 54. So at the end of the day, the truth is the truth. In order for Keith Thurman to get into the ring, he's going to have to take a pay cut. And he's going to have to start talking directly to Al. Stop lashing out at everybody else. The man who creates the fights is Al Haymon. Call him. And Keith Thurman, don't waste your time with Leonard Ellerbe. He's just a sound box. He has no power. Al Haymon fired him. So why would he go there? Remember, he was the lead promoter on Luis Ortiz, Deontay Wilder. Next thing you know, they gone. So, Mayweather Promotions don't promote no PBC cards. They only promote TMT cards with TMT fighters. And Tank Davis. Somebody holler at Tank. Tell Tank to holler at me somehow, some way. You know what I mean? I want to give Tank game because I think Leonard Ellerbe want to keep Tank dumb. They want to keep him like needing them in an immature way. So I hope Tank is doing the right thing. I genuinely root for Tank, as you guys say. Now we have a lot of similarities in terms of our life, in terms of our success. He became richer sooner than I did. I didn't become wealthy to my 30s. He became wealthy in his 20s. But the trajectory, you know, and the discipline that he got to have to sustain his career, do it. Because let's be honest, and I say this respectfully, Tank ain't going to be no commentator. Tank can be a promoter. But what he need to do is just beat everybody's ass at 130 and 135 and be the king. Cesar Chavez wasn't playing around. They didn't say, hey, Cesar Chavez, you got to go up to 54. You got to go up to 60. Nah. Whenever things got hot, he went back to Mexico and fought 3 times. And then he came back. So go dominate those guys down there. You know what I mean? You're a physically gifted fighter. And I want to see Gary Russell, Tank Davis at some point. You know what I mean? That should be the next fight. You know, the DMV area is waiting on something big. You know what I mean? you know, and the DMV area deserves it. You know, so at the end of the day, it is what it is. Leonard Ellerbe is just a soundboard. He has no power. You know what I mean? Leonard Ellerbe tried to cancel me. Leonard, how you gonna cancel me? I'm self-made, well-paid. Nigga, ain't that what Nipsey say? Self-made, well-paid. I'm multi, Leonard. Without you. See, you got a little bit of money because you need Floyd. I need me. There's a difference. A big difference. What my man Nipsey said again, self-made, well-paid. You know what I mean? But anyways, man, Tank Davis, focus on 130, 135 and dominate that division and fight the big fights, man, because it's time. You're getting to the phase of your career where people are going to start saying, you don't fight nobody. And your resume is, you know, I'm going to tell you straight up, you ain't really fought nobody. But at the end of the day, I respect the challenges that you had at 140. I think that was a great win. I'm giving you 100% credit for that. But you gotta dominate. You know what I mean? Like Deontay Wilder had 10 title defenses, man. That don't get mentioned enough. You gotta dominate your division. You can't be going up and down because people gonna think you're hiding. You know what I mean? Especially when you're not fighting for major champions. If you were fighting the major champions going up and down, you would be the pound for pound best fighter in the world. But people still have those questions. And you're not box office yet. You got our attention. There's a difference, guys. He has the potential, but he only fights once a year. Leonard Ellerbe don't even have the power to put Tank Davis in the ring in October. Didn't he say October? Tank, you're not fighting in October. I know when you're fighting, Tank. It's common sense. Check the patterns of the schedule. That's how you know they fighting. Okay? Check the Showtime schedule and see when they fights happen. Line the fighters up, and that will give you the answer. Okay? Barbershop Conversations, man. Feel free, hit the subscribe button. Tank probably not fighting until January or February. And I'll talk to you soon. So Tank, save your money. All right, don't borrow no money from Leonard and Floyd. Okay, they gonna tax you on it. They gonna say, hey, sign here. You know, and you just gonna sign it out of trust. You know. But anyways, man, Barbershop Conversations. Feel free to hit the subscribe button. Thurman, Leonard Ellerbe has no power. Call Al, because you're starting to look bad. You're starting to look like you got a cup in your hand. Let's just keep it a buck. You look like you got a cup in your hand and you're begging for some change. All right, just call Al, and whatever Al say is what goes. You understand? And that's simply what it is. I'm gone. Peace.